puppy that we had on the video prior when he started when he was 8 weeks old, and he was learning from the time I got him that I would hold his food dish and he would learn behaviors in order to get the food. And when you first start teaching that, obviously the puppy doesn't know anything. So you need to use your luring with the food in conjunction with a mark, which is when you tell them they did it right, which is a yes or a clicker mark. And that's how the puppy learns. So you can't just start holding the food and asking the puppy to do things when he doesn't understand what do things means. But as we progress in our training, very quickly the puppy's already learned several great behaviors, which I use in my healing program down the line. Twisting both directions, going through my legs and setting back up to heel position, twisting in heel position, and going all the way back around me using his rear end. I call that the backup. So we use all of those things, and until the puppy kind of learns all those things separately, it would be unfair to expect him to offer behavior and just know how to do those things, because of course he's not going to understand. But what we're looking for with the effort reward for a jackpot is we are looking for the dog to show us effort. And as you progress in your training, the puppy's going to start giving you and offering you behaviors as he understands that that's really what you're looking for. I'm not necessarily going to prompt the dog a lot for the behavior. I would rather the dog think of something very clever to do for me. It's very easy to keep telling them what to do and to control them completely that way. But what you're looking for is the dog to take some initiative, to realize that if he wants that food, if he wants that reward, that he's got to work for it and he's got to show you some effort, you know. So when you first start training this, of course it looks, you know, especially let's just say your house pet or your older dog that hasn't had a lot of dog training, they're just going to stand there and they're going to look like a dope, right? They're not going to walk around. They're just going to look at you like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So your first job would probably be to just take a bowl of food and teach tricks to your dog for 2 weeks, 3 weeks with a clicker. And teach him, you know, that he did something right, and feed him and let him know that that's what you want. You know, teach him how to twist, teach him how to back up, teach him how to touch your hand. Just do a bunch of little tricks. And then when you start doing this, the dog, first of all, already understands that there's a reward that's going to come at the end of it. But better than that, you can start to ask, and at first the dog will just stand there. They don't know what to do. And they just go like, well, what do you mean, you know, show me something? They just look at you. But as it progresses, you're going to maybe start helping them a little bit in the beginning. Like, can you do a twist? Can you back up? Can you touch my hand? Can you run through my legs? But what you want to do is get to the point where you're not telling them what they're going to give you next. And that can be a progression, you know. Eventually what you want, the ideal of this is when you're finished, your food can be over there by that tree and your dog is still working for you because they know 100% they believe in you, that no matter how much they work, no matter how hard it is, they're going to get rewarded for what they do. Everybody likes to get paid, and your dog is no different than anybody else. So what we're going to do is just show you the very beginning stages. I've shown you on the other video the very beginning stages, and in this segment I'm going to show you more a puppy that's getting more advanced. He's 5 months old now, and I've stopped prompting him so much. Sometimes it looks pretty crazy. He's like leaping all over and jumping, and you can see him trying to think about what he's going to do next. I don't really care that it looks like a formal behavior. What I do care about, come here, Ginger. What I do care about is that he's showing me effort. And effort means jumping, leaping, and movement. It doesn't mean sitting. It doesn't mean laying down. Phyllis is eating the grass. It doesn't mean just laying down and that's it, and they stare at you for food. It means that he's showing me that he can really work and figure out something clever. I don't care how crazy it looks. I want him to be clever. I want him to offer movement. I want him to offer some real effort for that food that I'm going to give him. And when I'll take it into training, and you'll see how it works. I still have to, obviously, he's a very young puppy. I still need to use quite a bit of food to train him, to teach him positions and behaviors, but he's really coming along, and his effort in training is superb. And I truly believe that this is he's obviously an energetic, wonderful puppy and a smart learner, but he has a great desire to please me and to show effort, because he's been taught that since he was 8 weeks old. And it clearly shows in his training.